Jen?
Many times I get to a place where I don't know, I don't feel there. It's like a complete, I don't even know what to say. It's like, it's not that it's nothing, not like it's a void.
Yeah.
But there's just nothing.
Is it a place where you feel like you've lost your mind?
Much.
Yeah, it's a pretty good place, eh? It feels really confusing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What will happen, you see, what's going on for many of you, and you'll find this in your progression, is that if you're on the divine love path, remember, here's your soul, here's your spirit body, the spirit body has its mind, here's your material body, the material body has its brain. As you become soul-centric, if I could call it that, soul-centric, what actually happens is this has to disappear. There's a transition phase that you will go through in your progression where you stop thinking and your thoughts are your feelings, if that makes sense. All your feelings are your thoughts. Do you follow me? And to do that, you'll go through these periods where you can't remember things that you were doing intellectually before. Now, to give you an example, like one morning I woke up and I had a sports car at the time, right? Believe it or not, yes, I did have a sports car. And what I did was, this was just after I started the divine love process, right? I ran out to the car to jump in it to go down the street. And I couldn't remember how to drive it. I just couldn't remember how to drive it. So I was just sitting there in the garage, and I just went through this like place where I didn't know what to do. And then I remembered the pedals. So I just had to get myself into the swing of things, which took about a minute or two, and then I could remember how to drive it again. I have the same thing happening with my guitar playing at the moment. I'll be playing away my guitar, get quite good at it, I deal with a series of emotions, and then I pick up the guitar and I can't remember how to play the thing again, right? And it feels really distressing sometimes. It feels like every single progression I make. And really what's happening is a lot of what I've learnt has been at this level. And what's happening now is the things that you learn as you progress will be at this level. And so there'll be times when there's a transition occurring between those two levels where, sometimes it feels like you're, in this real confused state. My suggestion is just allow with it, go with it. That's what I've had to do, just go with it.
So are you losing then those abilities that you learned from?
I'm losing the intellectual abilities of doing all of those things, and getting back to that being an ability of the soul. So what I know will happen at some point is I'll pick up the guitar and I'll be like a person who just picks up the guitar, goes, and away it goes. Just like many people who do music do. That's what I will do.
Is that genius?
No, it's soul connection.
That's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Where, people are often channel soul in their passion, but don't channel soul in other areas. So if you have to learn something, generally that's not channeling your soul in that passion. You're learning it intellectually, right? But there are times where you meet a person where they just obviously have a soul passion in a certain area, and it's just natural for them, right? And what will happen when you get to the at-one-ment condition, everything you start doing will feel natural because you'll have a passion for it, and it will be automatic. So you'll learn very, very rapidly, and you won't have to have this intellectual process of learning. Right? The intellectual process gets in the way a lot, right? But in the transition between, you feel like you're just going nuts sometimes because the brain, the mind, the spirit body's mind, is like no longer dominant. And you're just losing this intellectual dominance. And it is very disconcerting. So, like, coming here today, I had no idea what I was going to talk about. And I was nervous about it because normally what I do is just at least plan a little. I have no idea what I was talking about. And that happens in many groups. I don't know absolutely what I'm going to do at all anymore. And I'm getting to the point emotionally where it doesn't matter.